So that was our off-grid place. And that was our plan. We had it ready. Craig retired in 2021 and we had that place ready. We were getting ready to move there and do the off-grid homestead thing. But we obviously are not there. We are across the state 4 hours away. So what happened? So I'm going to tell you what happened. God completely changed our plans. So Craig retired in April of 2021. And so that was our plan. And then, but in January of 2021, so only less than 4 months before Craig retired, this miraculous thing happened. God did this crazy, miraculous thing that was so big and significant and miraculous that it's never happened before for Craig and me, and may possibly never, ever happen again. That's how big it was. So let me tell you this story. So we were at a restaurant eating dinner with some of Craig's family and just talking. And somebody said something and it triggered something. And then God did this amazing, amazing thing. He told me and he told Craig the exact same message verbatim at the exact same time. And so I'm going to tell you, you know what? I'm not going to tell you what he said. I'm going to let Craig tell you. You want to meet Craig? I'm going to let him tell you. So Craig, are you ready? Are you there? I told him that he's got to come in and do this. Are you there? Come on in. He's camera shy. When I told him I wanted him to come in and meet you, he's like, no. Are you there, Craig? Here he comes.
If I must.
All right, everybody, I want to introduce you to my husband.
Hello.
This is Craig. All right, so I've been telling them about when we were at the restaurant in 2021, and God told us both the same message at the same time. So
yes,
well,
he spoke so clearly that we both just looked at each other immediately and both said at the same time, we're supposed to sell everything and move to the Ozarks. And
yeah,
we never had any doubt from that moment on and started planning immediately to make the move and put everything up for sale. And here we are.
Here we are. Okay, thank you very much. All right, so that is Craig. All right, so that's what happened. So this was crazy. So we were sitting at the table and God told me and Craig exactly the same message at exactly the same time. He said, sell everything and move to the Ozarks. So this was totally not our plan. It was totally unexpected, but it was so clear. It was so loud when God told us this at exactly the same time, verbatim, that not only did each of us know exactly what God said, and no doubt that he said it, but we also knew that God told the other person. So it was crazy. So we both just kind of were in a daze, and we turned around and looked at each other and we said in unison, we're supposed to sell everything and move to the Ozarks. And Craig's family, they're sitting there and they're like looking around like, what just happened? So not only did God do this great miraculous thing for us, but we have witnesses. So anyway, it was crazy. Seriously, God's never done that before. He may never do that for us again. I don't know. Maybe he will. I don't know. I hope so. But it was so crazy that we immediately went home and started making preparations to completely change all of our plans that we had been putting together for years and sell everything, sell both our properties. We had our city house. We had our property down in Southeast Missouri, sell everything, move all the way across the state 4 hours away and get some property over there and homestead. So at the time, we had no idea why God told us this, but what we knew without any doubt that God had said it. He had given us this direction. And so we did this whole process, and you know how it is moving, selling your house. We are older as well. So, packing everything up and moving. We had, 2 cabins worth of stuff in a barn and a shipping container. And then we had our city house. It was an immense undertaking to pack everything up and move. Plus, we didn't know where we were going to live over there. So we packed everything up, took it across the state, and then stored it in storage units while we lived in a condo looking for a place to live. So we had no idea where we were going to live or what it was going to look like or even why we were doing it. But one thing we did not doubt is that God told us to do it. And so we're very submitted and surrendered to whatever God says, as long as he makes it clear. And he made it very, very clear. And he had to, because it was very, very unlike Craig and I to do something like that. We are planners. We are very careful. We would normally never go somewhere or make a move like that without making sure we had everything, all of our ducks in a row. We really have ducks in a row these days. But we would make sure everything was all set up and before we would make some kind of move like that. So this was way out of our comfort zone. And it was just very unlike anything that we would ever choose to do ourselves. So God made it really clear. And that was his mercy and grace. And so we did that. So we packed everything up. We moved across the state. And so I don't know if you remember what the housing market was like back in 2021, but it was really weird. It was very volatile, especially in the Midwest, because it was this time when it was very hard to find properties. And so people were getting into bidding wars, and like a property would go up for sale and it would be gone within 1 hour. So we had no idea. We thought it was going to take us a very long time to find the property. We knew people that had been looking for homes for like over a year, and then they'd put in a bid and get outbid, and it was over and over again. In fact, the people that bought our house in St. Charles had been doing that for a year. And so we're just like, okay, we're hunkering down in this little condo while we find property. We don't know how long it's going to take. God took us to our property in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. In fact, we were the only people who looked at it, and we made an offer right away. God gave us a million signs. We knew beyond a shadow of a doubt, once again, that this was what he wanted us to buy. And they accepted our offer right away. So within 2 weeks, we had our property, which was another miracle. So God just worked it out. He just blessed the whole process just abundantly. Doesn't mean it was easy. It was very difficult, but we knew exactly what he wanted us to do.